Welcome to the next dot video, which I might call a the series might become something different because the dot video that you're seeing now and what the dot system is represents a mechanic. I don't know if I'll call this a mechanic series style video or something, but what I'm trying to do to help facilitate an ADHD workflow is what I called the dot system a few videos ago. I just felt like that video wasn't quite what I wanted it to be, nor was the implementation exactly how I wanted it to be. So this is an extension of the dot system. You'll see there's two cubes on the podium behind us, and in post, I'm going to know that those two dots are what style of video and that those dots are a dedicated video. Because I have a hard time with starting and stopping things and knowing when a thought is self-contained, and the dot system does help with that. Putting a physical object in the world helps a lot more than just using crayon on the screen. This is now a part of the environment and a little bit less obtrusive than a object on the screen. So I'm very happy with the decision to use cubes at the moment. The cubes themselves are fun, and that's going to be a video for a bit of another time. And in this video, I am going to work on mechanics, actually, because the mechanics of the dot system is something I really want to go into. Not just what these cubes represent to me in the editing bay, but why I needed the cubes in the first place. I don't think I've really gone into that mechanical system yet. That's what this video is going to be about, is a mechanical system I devised to help with an ADHD workflow. I'm going to represent that, I'm going to bring that to you now. Please let me know what you think, because I'm working on it. This is a work in progress. This is a theory of mine, but I like it, and I hope that you like it too. We'll go through it together and see what we learn. To me, maintaining a state of flow is paramount. It is chiefly important. We must maintain flow state, because when you get into a workflow, your second hour of working and after that's like gotten you into flow state is going to be so much more productive than your first 30 minutes. And the reason nothing gets done at work is you keep having like 2-hour meetings, like, or a meeting every 2 hours or something, and your day keeps getting broken up. And you have to work in small chunks, and you never get to that flow state where you can start solving bigger problems because you're in the flow, right? Maintaining flow and granting ease of access to flow is radically important to me for making the content that I enjoy. A creative endeavor is always going to be an emotional affair to me. I can't really do a lot of things logically based. I can try and I can make a plan that makes sense, but I have to allow myself to be free form emotionally within it, and I have to give all of my emotional projects room to grow. My dots, or my cubes in today's instance, are a system to help me try and facilitate flow. Because I am a man of many, many thoughts all of the time, and I seek recently to turn these thoughts into videos because I want that for my own recollection, and I just kind of want to see if it's possible, if I can pull it off, how much energy it takes. I'm working on something here, and I have the mentality of, in the coming times, let the Panther Boy cook. Just let him do what he's doing. I'm not going to ask too many questions. I'm just going to facilitate his flow because I've gone to tremendous lengths right now to have this, and I want to try and have flow with this. So between filming sessions, I try to maintain flow in my real person, real world life, which is charging all of my things the day before so that the day of I'm ready to go. And you will be amazed how many times I've been like, oh, I'll just charge that in the morning when I'm like getting ready for breakfast. And then who knew it takes longer for things to charge sometimes than it does for breakfast to be made. And then I'm putting off making breakfast anyway because I don't want to have to do that. So then I'm putting off plugging in all of the trackers because my head got caught on the idea that trackers and breakfast are now linked together, because that was the plan I made intellectually. So when I am emotionally putting off my intellectual plan, all steps in the plan get delayed. If I was less attached to the plan and allowed myself to do those things out of order, later elements would not have been delayed because they were no longer tied to beginning elements. Because my brain is a static place, I wanted to try and find ways to work with that static instead of try to add additional structure to control the static. My static is not to be controlled. It will not do it. You cannot hope to contain it. It will burst out of containment. It will fuck you up. So we're just going to kind of let it do its thing and see if we can help it do its thing a little bit better. In particular, because I'm not always an emotional creature, and when I'm in the editing bay, I'm an intellectual creature. So the colored cubes you see behind you are the system I've implemented, like the system that I'm working with at least. I'm trying to see how well it works. Is me meeting myself pretty much exactly in the middle. Let the Panther Boy do his thing and just let him cook. He wants to make videos and express himself and learn what it's like to live an unmasked life, which I haven't ever really done because I've just been permanently masking all the time. And so I'm using videos to try to help me unmask. It's important that the flow of unmasking remain unbroken as possible so I can get as much unmasked experience as possible as quickly, because I want to just live my life, and this is something I want to learn. I'm cooking on something, I don't even all the way understand it, but I want to be able to set sail and let that happen. Part of the entire process is the video editing and making these videos happen. Filming is fun, but it's only a part of the process, which means there's an intellectual component to the whole endeavor, even though when I'm filming, I'm focused only on allowing the emotionality to thrive. How can I bring a sense of logic into the deeply emotional endeavor without stifling or even especially inhibiting the mental or the emotional endeavor? Enter the colored cubes you see before you. The morning video I filmed of this filming session was a red cube video. So I know beginning to end, red cube, editing bay, this is a video, most excellent. And then in between videos, when I was setting up the other cube, then there was a little bit of interlude. Because I felt like having an interlude, I didn't want to work only in silence. So I know that those were little bits I added to glue moments together for my own interest, shamelessly. And I actually feel like we'll talk about that interlude moment another time. But what I'm getting to, the only pause that I had during this video and that video was these two cubes. I took a break. It was maybe like a few minutes big. It was just coming here, putting up a second cube on the stand before I continued with my next proper thought, which was this video, this thought, where I wanted to explain what this system is, but why this system is. Now, taking any manner of break in a creative flow can easily kill your creative flow if you don't take a break the right way. So I met my intellectual needs in a moment through my own fun way, which is filming an interlude and kind of babbling a little bit freeform while I was setting up the cube, which is why I think I would be good at streaming, is because I literally am trying to maintain my own interest and my own attention, because I go fucking all over the place, man. And where I need a break between bouts of expressing emotionality, even emotionality like setting up the system, I am emotionally quite pleased with this system, because I think I've devised a way to let me make video after video that I'm deeply pleased with, because I love expressing my emotionality, and I've done it in a reasonably logical way that the emotional Panther Boy can get behind. I spent a modicum of time, it did not take long, to add a cube onto this podium pillar. And I was able to make it a little bit fun for myself by babbling. And babbling is kind of fun. I don't know if you knew this about me. I enjoy the babble every now and then. I love a good babble. And in the editing bay, I love a good color dot system, I think. I haven't actually really had opportunity to employ it yet. I've been trying to employ it, and it's never quite right. But I think this time it's right. And when I'm making this video, please keep in mind, it's not going to... Now, this video has reached its end. The thought's reached its end, but I just want to go over quickly that we did not learn more about the dot system specifically. What I hope we learned today is more about why the system occurred, which is I'm trying to facilitate an ADHD workflow by structuring my static thoughts just a little bit, not to inhibit them, but to help me move forward and pick up the pieces later on as I have to edit this thought together and turn it into a video, I just wanted to make that future system a little bit better, which is why I have this system now, this mechanic which I built up. It's something that I'm trying out to help make an ADHD workflow just be a lot less problematic for me, because I don't want to have issues making videos in my life. And this is how I wanted to try and combine different aspects of me. And that's stuff I try to come up with pretty frequently, little hacks I try to come up with to help make me feel better about having a hard time coming up with creative endeavors and following through on them. And that's why this is, and that's why this video is. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was mechanics based enough or gave you some ideas about an ADHD workflow. I don't know exactly what I was trying to go for, but I was going for something, and then we'll refine that as we move forward. But that is why the dots exist. Yes, I guess. All right, thanks for watching.